Hello, this is Barani and I'm playing a new game. It's called Her Story and it's a non-linear detective mystery story full of full motion video sequences. It's crime fiction. It's from Sam Barlow, I think is his name, the creator of Silent Hill, Shattered Memories. And it sounds like something that I would like, so I bought it on release date and make a video of it. And it's basically the first time I started up, so it's all new and blind and whatever. And enjoy this with me. Come with me on a journey through enchanted forests, into police stations, and in the end, find ourselves, maybe. Okay, this is a computer simulator, basically. And it's probably it rewards creativity and other thinking. So I might say perpetrator. Nothing. Well, let's start with the first term that the computer wants us to look for. And let's look at the first clip, shall we?
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Okay, first confronted with murder thing. That sounds good, doesn't it? What does add session mean? Can I maybe... no, it's... the tags are saved, which is nice. Can I maybe save more of them to a session and play them all at once, or what is it about?
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Picture of her in February. So at this point she doesn't... I would guess, if she's the only actress in the game, that she's the one that is... that the police guesses she is the murderess. So I but she doesn't know at this point.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
My criminal English lingo vocabulary isn't that great, so I hope it'll grow with this thing. But it's called perpetrator, isn't it? So, false allegations. You've got the wrong person is better. I want to keep it literal, so it's harder to misunderstand. I don't even know if this tagging is in any way, shape, or form necessary. Let's watch the next one, please. Thank you.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
I'd like to talk to a lawyer now. That's always a good sentence. If you're the one that has to speak it, not so much. So I would say... okay, so we can store them in a session, which is here. Instant file access, what is that? 232 megabytes. I wish my file sizes were so small when... okay, these are my searches that I did before. Let's... Alright, this is just this. Can I quit this logic session? Well, if I do this, will the game end? Or... oh, I can read this. Well, and oh, nice, I can take this and drag it around. And I have a clock here, that's pretty awesome. I love this game already. It's such a weird thing. It's awesome. Database checker. Is this how much my hard disk is? Like, what is it called in English? Defragmented. Cancel. Readme text. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police work. The logic database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow, preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be the most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. This database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. Has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. To retrieve a clip, type in a word, e.g. robbery, into the search field, click search, and the database will return all clips in which the speaker uses that word. Oh, it's about the speaker and what word she uses. I get the search engine and how it works now. This is useful information indeed, readme.txt. Thank you for telling me to read you. To narrow a search, use multiple words. Robbery supermarket, for example. If you are working from a printed transcript, can be even more precise using inverted commas to search for the exact match against the entire statement. Yes, I was there. Wow. To store a clip for later reference, click Add to Session also. If you wish to add additional tags of your own to help future searches, please click in the user tags box. This is really readme. Oh, okay, now we come to the important meat on the bone of the police work, something. Hey, hello there. Here's the database. I fill the Freedom of Information form to get your guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos of the original tapes in 1999 and then Y2K thing hit and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detectives' footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in '97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time. Okay, so it's all pre-2K, Y2K. It's all pre the year 2000. I hate that expression Y2K, by the way. But let's not dwell on those negative things. I want to search for the word Simon, who has been murdered. There are only those 5? And maybe her clothing will tell you at what point. Well, maybe I should take a look at the, when they were actually really recorded also. So let's just play this one.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work, mirror making, feature windows, artistic things, really beautiful things.
Okay, Simon's profession. I actually got a notebook out and I'm gonna write things down. 1806. Oh, it's 94. It's the year Kurt Cobain died. Simon's profession. That is a very concise description. Barani, thank you very much.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. I bought a photo. They said I should bring a photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
Simon's looks. Next one, shall we?
It's the Rockington Arms, The Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with. And the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
So what's it called? Rock something bar. Right? I think that's right.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games, you know, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
What is an Amstrad? Oh, I have to look that up on my phone. Because I feel like it's important for the investigation to know this word. Amstrad. Okay, it's a company that made an old British electronics company. And they made a color personal computer, a series of 8-bit home computers produced by Amstrad. I knew I heard that. It was founded 1968 from Alan Sugar. Amstrad mentioning... And he's playing games there, like Rapunzel, apparently. Okay, let's see what the last one has to offer.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
Simon isn't the type to run off. Well, I don't know if my tagging was any good. Murder. Death. Okay, so these are almost 2 weeks later. Let's have a look.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, I mean, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
I want to see that again because I don't get it.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, I mean, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
Death caps, food poisoning. I don't get it. It's like, well, Simon is the one that was murdered, the death person, and she knew him well, obviously, and now she's talking about food, so he was food poisoned, and her father picked the mushrooms. I don't get it at all, but I guess that's the way this game is supposed to be played, right? It's a mystery, so you're supposed to not get it first.
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed, was still pretty sick of the STD. And I came down one morning and they were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I'd slept through it. The police said it was the mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. I mean, he used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognise them. And there's no way he would have picked death caps. But The police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
Okay, so... Well, there's music suddenly, which is pretty beautiful, actually. I want to write down some search words, which are attic, parents, and... what else? I forgot it already. It's important to have a pen and paper with you. So, her parents died. And she... Oh, STD. I want to hear about that STD thing, lady. Just because I feel it's important, maybe. Come on, I don't want to do that. Because I mean, who is the person whose death we are investigating? Simon's or her parents? Probably not her parents when the police thinks it's food poisoning, but she thinks maybe it's not that.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow, so we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant, but I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers, drunk guys I'd met in clubs, in parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
So she was very young when that happened. Oh, look at that. There's something happening with the thing. She was 17 and she was trying to get pregnant. Why? And who's Hannah? Well, Hannah, sex with... I feel like she said, when I looked at her, first time she didn't look like me. Is she talking about her own reflection, or is she talking about Hannah, which is maybe her sister, and they look the same? Maybe she's even identical twin with her. Let's see what she has to say about Hannah. Okay, this is 18th of June, 30th. This is the 3rd of June. Okay, that's not a day that we had before. I want to start with the first one. I wonder why they aren't stored chronologically over here in this line. Why isn't that a timeline game?
My name is Hannah. H-A-N-N-A-H.
Oh, it's her.
It's palindrome.
Can turn it around.
Backwards is forwards.
Well, it's an awesome
It doesn't
thing.
work from here, though. It's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Okay, so wow. The 18th of June is her first day from the police, and and she's talking about herself in the third person, man. What the hell is going on? Introduces herself. Hannah, what's wrong with you? What happened along the way? This is a sad, sad story. Well, we were at this point before, so I wanted to get to this day again because we heard more from this day. So, oh, I'm a dumbass. This is later. This is 3 days after this one, so it's a timeline chronologically ordered. Okay.
What are you doing talking about Eve? Poor Simon.
Oh man, Hannah, you mentioned the name Eve, didn't you? And she was talking about Freak Out Alone. This game gets to me somehow. It's really, I don't know why, it's touching. And I didn't even watch how much time I spent here. Okay, we're basically, we're in 2015, aren't we? Yes, we are, and it's 24th of June, and this is 16th. Okay, that's interesting, actually. We want to hear her talk about herself in the third person, or do I want to hear about Eve? Okay, there's much about Eve. I think I want to start with Hannah.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
So, what happened there? I don't get it.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Is that maybe not her last name? My name is Hannah Smith. Oh shit.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
She must be one of two identical twins. This is just crazy. I was born dead. This is not really accurate, but... So...
Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question?
Yes, I am, Hannah, or whatever your name is. You're freaking me out, man. What the hell's wrong with you? I feel like I'm having a nervous breakdown, just listening to you.
Are you out of your mind? Twins? Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Well, this is one day before this one, so maybe there's another person there. And maybe she's not even aware that she's one of two twins. Maybe she's Hannah. And maybe she's the girl that was, she's maybe the person that was born almost dead and got taken home with Florence the midwife, whatever she's called in English. That's not my first language, damn it. Florence took me home.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
Okay. Well, this is getting weirder and weirder. Princess... I'm actually getting extremely confused, so I want to search for Smith, the last name, and see what that spews out. Okay, not that much. Name is Hannah Smith, Simon's profession.
Simon Smith.
Okay.
He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass.
Okay, so Simon's last name is Smith, and Hannah was married to Simon Smith. I want to write down all the characters. Simon Smith, but they had a divorce. So I make like a little flash symbol in between them, or like a heart that is cracking in the middle. That's probably more appropriate. And then there's the twin, but name. Let's see what this is.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Another palindrome name. What did she say the name was gonna be?
I would have been a good mother. The baby. We were going to call her Sarah.
Sarah or Ava. Baby. Sarah. Ava. But she wasn't really born, was she? So... and then, well, the pregnancy. It's just so... It's so confusing all.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic.
So they were on a vacation together. Vacation with Simon. Oh hell yeah. So what's this? And this is like on the 1st of July.
My name? That was the only question I failed. Your lie detector works.
Okay. Well, if I search for lie detector, it will not yield many interesting things because she's probably not using that word. But let's just check it out still.
Yes. I'll take a lie detector test.
Lie detector on the 3rd of July.
I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work?
Obviously, lady, so's Eve. Oh man, there's some of these. I don't even know how long I've been playing.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Okay. And my friend Eve, I hate her sometimes. That is... well, it's a natural thing to do. It's good to be open with your emotions. Just let them out.
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it under. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up after. It was a love-hate relationship.
Wow. Eve wanted to kill her. Wow, that is... wow. Hannah, or whatever you are, whoever you are.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London, and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve, so my parents let me off.
Running away to Bobby. Bobby? Let's see what the last one has.
My mother called me Eve.